Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. I'm Brett. In my hands is a figure from Joy Toy. It's the Black Legion Chaos Lord. The Chaos Space Marines have arrived to Joy Toy. Now, Joy Toy is putting out a line of figures based off of Warhammer 40,000. I personally think these have been fantastic so far. You know, some small quibbles here and there, but overall, really amazing line and really impressive of what they have put out so far. Start off with Space Marines. It's moved on to Chaos. We're also getting Imperial Guard. We're getting Orcs. We're getting so much. It's really kind of impressive and cool. We get a nice little card here of Khalos the Ravager. Really should translate this in the back at some point. Now, I think the thing that's really been impressive by this line is not just the figure detail and all that, but the fact that it's such a solid take on the miniatures. There's some miniatures that just look like or some of these figures that just look like upscaled miniatures. That's just how well it's done, and I think done just amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable. All right, let's go and look at the figure itself. We get the toe moving, foot up and down, a little bit left to right, some movement there, not a ton. Knee bends. I think this is actually a really solid knee. We get this right there that kind of covers up the joint, and something that I think was missing in the Chaos Space Marines. Hip, decent movement, not tons. I think just the way the sculpt is kind of prevents it a little bit. Let's go with waist, side to side, no problem. Up and down, no problem. Let's look at the arms here. They're not an issue. Elbow, nice and bend. A little bit bend at the wrist, not a ton. The question is the head, up and down, not so much left and right. This is, I would say, actually one of the few figures so far that has come out that has not had an alternate head. I'm not sure we'd really want one with this. This figure is all about the detail. All right, so, you know, obviously there's just the detail of the armor in general. The brass coming around. We got the pipes kind of like coming out of the armor, which is really cool all throughout. There's some slight like damage where the pipes go in. Teeth coming out. Of course, we got all the chaos iconography. Over here, we got like an eye coming out. I mean, generally, like the details are really nice. Painting is pretty solid. I would say not maybe the greatest. You know, obviously, a really highly skilled miniature painter is going to be way, way better. But I think it's really good. However, what's really interesting is this kind of like fur that's going over it. I think the painting is actually really, really nice. There's a shading to it I think looks fantastic. Of course, we get the backpack with some nice shading to it as well. And I think this face sculpt, this might be like the first really, really solid character with the face sculpt. There's been some, I would say, some issues with some previous releases as far as face sculpts. What do we got? We get a big, giant, honking hammer for the Ravager to hold and smash those Space Marines with. Details in the hammer look really nice. The red has a nice shading to it. The blood on the top of the hammer with the chaos symbol, there's like a nice sheen to it, a little shine, which is pretty cool. And then the metal looks actually pretty solid as well. Let's see if no problem balancing as far as that. And then we also get a nice plasma pistol. Again, really nice detail on it. I think really nice painting. We get some shading. We get some, it's really cool. The cable actually is like frayed a little bit on the side. You know, some coloring is kind of basic. Underneath the shading isn't all that great here, which is really interesting. It's good here and then bad here. So maybe this is just a kind of a bummer one. But, you know, some minor tweaks here and there. And I think these would be absolutely amazing. And for those who are really skilled with painting, I think could do a hell of a job. See how hard it is to get this in its hand. This might be one of the easiest ones I've done so far. Overall, this is a really, really impressive figure. Not just the balancing act of such a big honking hammer, but the details I think are really solid. The cape actually has got like rips into it. I didn't even go into the cape, which is really cool. There's like small rips around it, some slight shading to it, which is nice on the edges. This is a very, very cool figure. Really solid stuff. It makes me excited to see what the Chaos Space Marines are like, and so much of what's more is to come. As far as the characters, I think this might be the best, personally. I really do think this is maybe the best that they've put out. The details, I think, are really, really nice. The only thing is maybe some painting here and there, some little bit other colors would have been really nice and make this an absolutely amazing figure, but as it stands, I am very, very impressed. You can go get yours now. I actually should say there's 2 extra hands. You get 2 more hands with it, and that's all the extras. So we get the plasma gun, the hammer, and 2 extra hands. So as I said, you can go get this now. We'll have some links underneath this video where you can purchase yours. They will most likely, some of these will be affiliate links, so do get a small percentage. By doing that, he'll support our site, so thank you. And just watching our video support us, so thank you for that. If you are into Warhammer 40,000, if you're into board games, role-playing games, card games, miniature games, like whatever, check us out every single day at BoardGameToday.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, all at BoardGameToday, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep rolling those dice and get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do right here on video, but you can go and check us out at BoardGameToday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.